I've already tried to upload this to YouTube today, and it failed because it was a duplicate video, I guess because the image wasn't changing through the entire thing, which was the same as the last one. So to get around this, I have placed a GIF of this schizophrenic cat over the entire rest of the video. Please look forward to cat GIFs in all future Honks with Thonks. Thanks. Welcome to another Thonks with Honks, the show where I bring you the uncensored thonks of honks every weekday with 3 vowels. This week on Thonks with Honks, I talk about how my week's been. Or I guess last 2 weeks. Doesn't really matter. I've never talked about my personal life, seeing as this is the second episode, and I missed three episodes I was supposed to put out. I'm probably gonna get the one for Wednesday out too this week. I think I might do it with a friend because I told them I was gonna be doing this, and they seemed interested. But I was in New Hampshire. I actually just got back an hour or so ago. It was good, but I wouldn't drive 9 hours for it twice, Went to a city called Keene, had about 30,000 people. I bought a knife, 3 books, and food. So, looking forward to the 3 books. I got one on the Norman English conquest, one on the history of Denmark and Sweden, and one on Spain in the 19th century. They're all pretty old. I got them from a place called Eagle Books, which was run by just the sweetest old lady. And the knife I got from a pawn shop. It's decorative mainly, but I think I could end up using it for wood carving if I really wanted to. It cost $20, so, I'd be losing money not buying it. I had to go with my mother because she was doing catering for an event her friend was having, and she wanted me to come because I guess she would be lonely. And it was a long drive. We listened to a podcast called Tannis. You'd really like it. It's totally your jam. It's this sort of I can never describe it well. It's an audio drama. It's like a mockumentary sort of thing where it's like a guy kind of not falsely investigating, but like investigating something that's not like actually real, like it's all scripted and such. But the Tannis itself is sort of it's supposed to be like a primordial force of nature. I don't want to describe it too much because, even what it is a spoiler for the podcast. But I'd really recommend it. It's probably one of my favorites. It's very, very well produced. Can't recommend it enough. Before that, weekend, well, that was the entire weekend, but the week was good. I started hanging out with someone new. I had parked in front of their house for a while. I had chemistry with them first semester, and they're nice, like fun, energetic, talkative, good fun to be around. But when I actually started driving to school, I was parking near their house, and they're like, "Oh, why don't you just park in front of my house, and then we can walk to school together?" And I'm like, "Oh, sure, you're a neato burrito, Isabella." And so I did that, and we kind of just did that for a while. And then one day she was like, "Hey, want to get bagels?" And it's like, I love bagels, Isabella. And so we got bagels. And from there, we done stuff. We saw Endgame together. That was fun. She's nice. It's a good time. It's a romp. Nothing else much going on this week. I missed the last day of park testing for this trip I did. So I'm going to have to go and retake that at some point. I don't know when the days for that are. It's annoying, though. It's like a 90-minute part and there's 3 parts, and I got 2 of them. I didn't get the third one. It's so dumb. I think they mostly use it for statistics, but I hardly try. I'm just trying to get above a 60 because you need to do that to pass high school. But they're not even requiring that soon, so pretty soon, like last year's I didn't have to pass it to graduate, so I didn't care. So, like for one of the essays, it was asking for I'd provide a literary analysis of this text, and I just wrote a biography of a Roman emperor, and that was fun. For this one, I figured, I'm doing pretty well on the rest of this. For this essay, I'm just gonna tell the grader how my day has been, and ask them some questions that they'll never actually be able to answer because they're on the other side of the veil. Park's dumb. It's so dumb. They do all these anti-cheating measures, and it's who doing this for Park? Who's cheating on the damn Park test? It matters so little to all of us. Just let me be on my phone after it, man. Although, I've actually been able to get a lot of reading done, and I need to write up a thing for that by the 9th. So it's actually been good. I have about 10 pages left to read in that. I'm reading Into the Wild. It's really good. I mean, I like biographies, honestly. It's about this guy, Chris McCandless, and well-educated being, goes off into the wilderness and dies in Alaska. But before that, he has a bunch of adventures, touched a whole lot of people's lives, really made an impact. He was apparently very smart, and he had taken road trips before he went on his big adventure, which is kind of freaky to me, because I like road trips a lot, and I like being alone in the wilderness, and it's I don't want to turn up dead in Alaska, feel me, fam? But yeah, I like travel. I like travel with a purpose. I'm okay driving 9 hours, but, after that I want to, get somewhere like the West Coast or something, not the heart of New England. The last time I drove that long, I was driving to La Crosse, Wisconsin, from a city just outside of Mount Rushmore. And that took, all in all, about 13 hours drive. It was fucking brutal. That was, I think, the longest day of my whole trip over the summer. But I shouldn't talk about that trip. I could create an entire podcast off of that alone. I mean, I just end up going on and on and on about it because there's so much to talk about. It was a month long, and here I am doing that. But, yeah, things are going all right for me. I think I have homework that I need to get done for tomorrow. But I'm going to be getting up early anyway, because I have to help my mom return the rental car that we were using. So I'll probably have to get up at 5-ish, something like that. I haven't been able to sleep well. I was on an air mattress that deflated overnight. That wasn't a good deal. It was a wood stove heated home, so I went to bed hot, woke up cold both mornings. It just, I don't know. It was a bad wood stove, honestly. Those things aren't supposed to completely burn out overnight, and they're not supposed to belch smoke if you put too much fuel into them. But besides that, it was a lovely home. I mean, timber frame, really solid construction. It was completely just one corridor with a line of supported beams, and actually the main wall was just one big supported wall down the middle of it. So I think if they wanted to knock down that, they had to put in a bunch of columns, which isn't fun, but it's actually all made out of wood from around the house and on the property. So it's good construction. All the wood is very solid. Some very large beams. All the joists on the first floor are exposed. It's a pretty neat look, honestly. You know, like, because I just live in suburbia, and all the houses kind of look the same, and it's kind of neat to get some change of scenery. I just uh, I want more independence on my trips, less going around doing what someone else wants to do, less driving 9 hours to stay like 1.5 days, then driving 9 hours back. I actually wanted to get going a lot earlier this morning, but my mom's just a dilly dallier, so I ended up leaving at 11:30. I probably won. Ideally, I would have left by 8. Then I might have actually been able to go to a friend's house for a bit before I had to go to sleep. But now all I get to do is record a podcast, maybe edit it tonight. This is 10 minutes long. Do I have anything else I want to talk about? I think the other one was 22, so I'll probably shoot between 10 and 30 minutes for each of these. Anything more, and no one will ever listen to them. No. No, I think that's about all I wanted to say. So, this has been Honks with Thonks, the unbridled honks of Thonks, coming to you every vowel with 3 weekdays. Thanks for listening.